Is that okay? Can I stop talking then? Thank you. Good morning. For anybody who hasn't already met me, hello. I'd just like to say a few words, because I can, just to say to people that Anne Campbell up at the door there, the assistant head of the complex, Jane Hanley, who doesn't seem to be here as usual, and myself have been in post since January. The changes which have taken place to the project since then are absolutely incredible. Over the period since January, we've built kitchens and bars, we've fitted recording studios and radio stations, and with the help of many people, not to mention our very hard-working board members and 27 staff. Lots of you are here today, and I'd like to take the opportunity of thanking everybody who has actually helped us over this period. We wouldn't have got here without you. What I'd like, over the last couple of weeks we've had previews for them, and the place has been an absolute storm. We've had more than a couple of hundred young people through the doors, and they love it, which is quite handy. So everybody's got a map there.
Distinguished fellow guests, it falls to me to give a brief outline of how we have arrived here today. And I draw your attention to these walls, because within these walls, the stones and concrete of these walls ring faint echoes. Because this amazing complex of buildings and halls was once the games hall of Glenwood Secondary School. And so the voices of young people using the games hall, the voices of parents and teachers, latterly meeting to try to save Glenwood School for Castlemilk, those voices have been here. And the history of Glenwood School was part of an epic era of the history of Castlemilk. And so this change has taken place, and with the speed and completeness of a change of season in a forest, this new phase has arrived. And from the old history, this new of 1969, and this was the act which established the urban programme. And the urban programme has channeled very significant sums of money into locally inspired, locally tailored and locally managed projects. And Castlemilk, in common with large numbers of areas of Scotland and beyond, have known the powerful effects of this piece of legislation. And this, in a way, symbolises the role of Parliament and civil servants in the creation of the possibility of projects like this. My second document is a minute of a meeting, and it's the minute of the very first meeting of what was to become known as the Castlemilk Youth Forum, and continuing role of the Youth Forum in facilitating joint planning, joint working, and the joint seeking of resources. And through the urban programme itself, a Youth Forum project came into being. And part of that project work has been to foster the growth of a Castlemilk Youth Council. And under the leadership of the project leader, Charlie Johnston, and with the Youth Forum's workers in support, giving significant support to young people as they formed this youth council, this kind of development suddenly became possible. And the youth council had as its first chairperson Donna McKinney, and its current chairperson Claire Mulgrew. And through their work, the most extraordinary things became possible. And that brings me to my third and final document. Because here I have the Castlemilk Youth Council Youth Complex application. Briefing and consulting architects, imagining and then adjusting into reality their highest hopes for added facilities of the highest quality for young people in Castlemilk. And this has been what you might say a model example of what's known in youth work circles as youth empowerment. The Youth Council's members have played a part at every stage and in the major role they've had in the selection and recruitment of the staff. And as the major body on the board of directors, they will have a continuing role in the management and development of the place itself. Now, this remarkable achievement has really become possible through the work of so many people in Castlemilk itself, in the region and district, that I can only touch very briefly on the role that people have had. But this remarkable achievement belongs to this range of people, and especially to the young people. And I know that I speak for many today when I say that it is a wonderful thing to have this complex now about to open. Because such are the talents of young people that it's a genuinely uplifting thing to think that here, with the facilities available, otherwise unseen gifts will have the chance to come to fruition. And that enjoyment and achievement will enrich the lives of young people in Castlemilk, and indeed of the adults whose privilege it is and will be to work with them.
I've practiced more than years. I'm Claire Mulgrew. I've been involved for the past 4.5 years. It's been a long time. The idea for the complex first started at a youth council meeting in 1990. At that meeting it was decided that young people in Castlemilk needed a place to go, which provided the kind of things they wanted and didn't cost them a fortune. The Youth Council gained the support of the local community for the idea. They did this with the help of the Youth Forum, the Youth Forum project and the Umbrella Group. After lots of hard work and a few disappointments, 3 feasibility studies and 3 urban applications, the Youth Council were offered the site of the old Glenwood High School Games Hall, the Strathclyde Regional Council. They accepted. More hard work to instigate another urban application, and in April 1991, approximately 1.3 million was granted to the Youth Council, banners, builders, and the list goes on. In October 1993, the Youth Council placed adverts in the Glasgow Herald for its first staff. This began an endless task that from all those years ago has become a reality, this complex of their own. The dream of the Youth Council has come true. Now it's up to the young people out there to recognise their own dreams and make them happen, and we will. I'd now like to make some special thank yous to people who have given support over the years. The Youth Forum and the Youth Forum project, Castlemilk Umbrella Group, everyone from Strathclyde region, the Scottish Office, the District Council and the Partnership, the Foundation for the Sports and Arts, community education now and in the past, and to all those people, too numerous to mention, who gave us support. Special thank yous go to John Miller, Andrew Riley, Colin Strangeface, Donna McKinney, Pauline Farrell, Janet Castro, Erin Lenny, Robert McMillan, Fiona Ellis, Davy Moore and Lizzie Hendry, and we all know why. And all young people who have been involved in the Youth Council over the years. And thanks to Jimmy Coyle for encouragement and support. Gordon Mackey for all the fun and the free list to McDonald's, lovely juggling for me. Sandra Ann and all the staff for getting us to where we are today. And last but not least, Charlie Johnston, because he believed in us and he never gave up. And finally, to all those people who told us we'd never do it. You gave us the determination we needed when times were rough. Thank you very much.
And today in this complex we'll get the manifestation of real empowerment, because empowerment is genuinely about shifting the power. And of course everyone knows that big organisations have power and big organisations trying to keep the power. What has happened here is that we'll get genuine empowerment, we'll get a shifting of the empowerment. I was looking up two quotes, very short quotes that I'll give you, which encapsulate what we're about. In 1985 the Regional Council said, when we were listening to our community workers, particularly unpromoted workers working in clubs, working with youngsters in difficult situations, they said to us, how can we try and make these youngsters feel that they actually can shift things? The report in 1975 said this. It said that we should actively encourage the participation of young people in decision-making regarding how to resolve issues affecting them within their own locality. I have to say to you that we can't find many examples of that actually working. We can talk about it, but we don't find any examples, and this is an absolute clear example of what happens when you genuinely empower young people. And I think when John Miller and Claire Mulgrew say that this is a unique project, it genuinely is unique in Scotland and in the United Kingdom, because we have shifted the power to the young people. In another stage, and I think I would only want to endorse what Claire Mulgrew says, this is possibly the most exciting project I've been involved in the past 25 years. In public administration, because it's been driven by young people who have been given power and responsibility to do things. They've exercised that with great degree of confidence and with a lot of risk-taking, and it's been a big one. And what I want to say today is that as a regional council employee, someone that's paid to do the job I do, I've got nothing but the greatest admiration for the volunteers in this area and of course the workers that have allowed this project to go forward. So my task simply is to say to you, could you join with me in congratulating Claire Mulgrew, Angela Riley and all of the Youth Council who have driven this and made the workers really give them the power to do things. We're on the threshold of an exciting event, and I hope that this will herald a new approach, not just for Castlemilk but for the whole of Scotland and maybe the United Kingdom. Could we thank Claire and all of our Youth Council for the work?